unbelievable discovery.
This is it. This is absolutely it.
A mind-boggling claim.
Right here.
An unprecedented controversy. And they don't want the dead disturbed. Tradition holds that the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is built on this site. But no archaeological evidence for Jesus' tomb has ever been found here. All this changes in 1980. In the Jerusalem suburb of Tel Aviv, 2 miles from the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, archaeologists uncover a 2,000-year-old tomb. It has strange markings, unlike anything previously discovered. The archaeologists remove 10 limestone ossuaries, or coffins, from inside. Then the tomb is cemented over, an apartment complex built on top. But in 2007, filmmaker Simha Jakubowicz rediscovers the tomb.
It's unbelievable.
A new analysis of the archaeology leads Simha to a startling conclusion. He's convinced that he has found the Jesus family tomb. He bases his radical theory on the fact that 6 ossuaries found in the tomb are inscribed with names associated with Jesus and his family.
All the tombs around Jerusalem are slowly getting exposed and in some cases destroyed. So it's not so far-fetched that a construction crew would have uncovered the tomb of Jesus. I think we have to consider that this Talpiot tomb might be the tomb of the family of Jesus.
When the story breaks, not everyone is so open to that possibility.
I think we got a tomb. So this is where we're going. It's perfect.
This tomb was discovered in 1981 when drilling at a construction site accidentally exposed it. Archaeologists entered through a hole in the tomb's ceiling. They took some notes and made a rough map of the burial cave. Orthodox religious groups, believing that any modern intrusion disturbs the dead, forced the archaeologists out of the tomb. But not before they took these recently found black and white photos. The tomb was once again sealed. For religious purposes, a pipe was installed into its roof. In 2009, cement was poured down the pipe, barring access to the tomb. But it still serves as a marker that the tomb is somewhere beneath this area of the apartment complex. The first challenge is how to get into the tomb under this building.
Then we can crawl in this way.
I see.
But before their search gets underway, chaos. The Haredim are an ultra-Orthodox Jewish group, and they don't want the dead disturbed.
ואתה עושה מה שאתה רוצה. לא יודע, כן, תגיד מה שאתה רוצה, לא יודע. תדבר, ככה אתה מתנהג, זה יהודי, ויש לך.
They managed to shut down the excavation, as they did with the original exploration back in 1981. Simha and fellow producer Felix Kolyubev go to the center of Haredi life to meet the rabbi in charge of the activists who disrupted the investigation. They need to arrive at some sort of compromise. After hours of negotiations behind closed doors, the Haredim agree to a limited exploration of the tomb. They are now convinced that at least part of the tomb lies underneath this corridor. But are they right? They know exactly how to find out. Ground Penetrating Radar, or GPR. GPR works by sending a radar signal below the surface, detecting unusual materials, or in this case, a void. The GPR scans the entire corridor, looking for an unusual space beneath the tiles. Felix's calculations lead him to one tiny corner.
This is a magic corner. Did you see anything?
There is something there. You can see here the edge of the void.
The long and the short of it, is Felix right where he thinks we can put our
Probe.
Our probe?
Yes, he's right.
There is an area approximately 60 centimeters along the wall and about 40 centimeters away from the wall. So in other words,
Felix believes the only way into the burial cave is through a space not much bigger than a sheet of paper. They may have found the tomb. Now, they have to find a way to get in. Remote camera expert Bill Tarrant shows Walter the camera he intends to use to record the images from the cramped 3.5-foot-high burial chamber.
How heavy is this?
It's about 4 pounds.
Oh, so we're going to have to carry this at the end of a 3 or 4 meter arm.
Yeah, so it's going to be
The camera is in a tough metal housing, and it's heavy.
Oh, I see it. That's...
But if they get into the tomb, and it's related to Jesus' earliest followers, what might they find? After months of preparation, the team gathers in Jerusalem.
If we're in the right place, then we go to step 2. 20 centimeters, 80 inches. All right, great. Let's do it.
After years of research and effort, this is the moment they've been waiting for.
I see the bottom, nice and clear.
Fantastic. Hey, we're right where you said we'd be.
Yeah.
You were 100% right.
They have their entry point into the tomb. But the only way of exploring it is with the robotic arm, which has only been tested in the lab.
Is somebody holding it on the other side?
It's all hands on deck to help maneuver it into the 8-inch pipe.
Keep holding it and lowering it down.
I feel like a pilot, you know? All right, we have image.
Camera expert Bill Tarrant finds his bearing and focuses the lens.
Look at that, look at that.
They see niches carved into the limestone walls. Inside these are ossuaries filled with human bones.
That's the one. We're almost there, almost there.
Placed here 2,000 years ago. The robotic arm shows that there are 9 burial compartments in this tomb. 4 of them have ossuaries inside. The moment has arrived. They're looking for a name or a symbol.
If you look at that, it's really ornate, befitting a wealthy person.
2 circular rosettes, which are typical of ossuaries, are clearly visible. Most scholars believe that these are simply decorations, but others think that they have some as yet undeciphered meaning. And as they reposition,
Wait.
a discovery.
Mu, Aleph, Ro, Aleph, Mara.
In Aramaic? He said
No, it's in Greek.
Where do you see?
M-A-R-A.
They have seen this name before in the alleged Jesus family tomb a few hundred feet away. There, one of the Marys is called Mariamene Emara. Mariamene is a particular Greek spelling of Mary that has only been found in 2 other ancient texts, both associated with Mary Magdalene. Bolstered, the team presses on. The work is painstakingly methodical.
You can see on your monitor where you are.
But suddenly, it pays off.
I see something in the ossuary in the back, the one that's blocked by the ossuary in the foreground.
There. What is that? Whoa.
looking at, I mean, is this the bottom part?
This is the top. And there's this little ball on the bottom.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's the ball, yeah.
I'm just going to orient myself.
Yeah, and you can see on your monitor where you are.
Oh. There. Wow, look at that. That is amazing.
It's a nefesh.
This is the bottom.
Rami sees the squeezed image and thinks it may be another example of a nefesh, a pillar, like the one they found in the first niche.
Hey guys, that's no pillar.
It's definitely something else.
I haven't seen anything similar to this.
That's better.
Actually, looks like
What's
a
that?
ball.
Bill.
Coming.
And those could be the handles.
Look here. Just look here very carefully.
But then, a revelation.
It's a fish.
Of course, it's a whale. Yeah, it's a fish. It's a whale. It's a whale.
It's a whale. It's Jonah.
It is a
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Jonah holding his head. This is
That's
the whale holding
Jonah's
his
head,
head.
spitting Jonah out. 2 legs, 2 arms, and his head.
Yes!
He's spitting Jonah out of the whale. That is absolutely it. That is a symbol of Christian resurrection.
The team is convinced that what they are looking at is a great fish spitting out Jonah. They depicted the fish here as edible, as kosher, meaning it has scales and fins. According to the biblical book of Jonah, when Jonah is spat out, his head is wrapped in seaweed. Here, they see a stick figure being spat out of a fish, its head purposely marked up by lines. All along the edges of this ossuary are little fish swimming in the sea. The image is unique. The discovery is revolutionary. Without a doubt, the sign of Jonah was the symbol of Jesus' earliest followers, the symbol of Jesus' resurrection. Because of the clarity of this first-century image, its precise meaning can be decoded.
So this is the earliest representation of the resurrection.
This is huge.
It's absolutely huge.
This discovery, the earliest Jesus-related symbol ever found, makes the investigators feel that their hunch has paid off. The inscription found here strongly suggests that the people buried in this tomb believed in resurrection. On one level, it could be a plea for their own resurrection. Read in a different way, however, it's an exhortation for Jesus to resurrect himself.
Before yesterday, if you had asked me, Talpiot, Jesus tomb, what do you think, 50-50? I was already at 75%. By adding this tomb, I'm up to 95, easily.
The significance of what we have seen for the first time, and any eye has seen for 2,000 years, is that we have a whale with a mouth that's closed, not a whale that's swallowing someone. And out of that mouth comes a human being. The symbol here in Jerusalem, near where Jesus was crucified, not far away, is a symbol of the belief that Jesus is raised. This is within decades of Jesus' death.
I believe that this tomb can be the tomb of Jesus. And what we found in the tomb less than 200 feet away from the Jesus tomb is evidence of that, hard archaeological evidence. They're celebrating his resurrection. So the way you put that together is their understanding is that Jesus has been lifted up. He's been exalted to heaven. Not necessarily that his bones went up to heaven. The bones can stay behind. They're like old clothing that you shed, and then you put on the new clothing.
Their mission seems completed. Based on these findings, the team believes that there are compelling reasons to conclude that Talpiot, Jerusalem, is the last resting place of Jesus' earliest followers, most of his family, and of Jesus of Nazareth himself. It will now be up to scholars to weigh the evidence. One thing is for certain, the debate is just beginning.